This is the Wikipedia page for Dave Hill, comedian. Welcome to WikiListen, the podcast where we read Wikipedia pages and provide commentary. I'm Victor Varnado, KSN.
And I'm Rachel Teichman, LMSW.
This is the podcast for Dave Hill, and as a special treat, we have Dave Hill right here with us. Hello, Dave Hill.
Oh, hello. How are you?
I am fine, and I'm really happy to have you here. I hear you're enjoying your oatmeal with blueberries.
Yes, very much. Normally I'd have more stuff going on, but I realized, like, oh man, I'm late for this WikiListen, and I didn't put strawberries in it, basically.
You misspoke. You said WikiListen, but you didn't say WikiListen, the best podcast ever.
Oh, that would have been redundant.
Good point.
Everyone knows that about this podcast.
It's true.
All right, let's get started. Dave Hill, born 1974, is an American comedian, radio host, writer, musician, and actor originally from Cleveland, Ohio. He is the host of the Dave Hill Good Time Hour, a weekly live stream and podcast part of the Maximum Fun Network. In 2007, Variety named Hill one of their 10 comics to watch. Prior to going into entertainment, Hill worked as an aide at a homeless shelter.
Career.
Wait, what's that?
Oh, all that what you say is pretty true?
Yeah, I mean, there's vagaries. You know, my year of my birth is not quite accurate in the ballpark.
Really?
It seems to shift. I don't know who updates my page, but it seems to move around a lot. And I'm from University Heights, Ohio, which is a suburb of Cleveland.
Oh, I see.
So if you really want to get detailed.
I'm sure Cleveland claims you, though.
Oh, I'm the pride of Cleveland, for
there
sure.
You go.
Yeah, without question. That's all generally accurate. Not in a court of law, but...
Career. Comedy. Hill was a frequent panelist on Comedy Central's At Midnight program and has appeared on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, The Tick 2016 TV series, Inside Amy Schumer, Full Frontal with Samantha Bee, Comedy Knockout, and The Jim Gaffigan Show, among other shows. He moved to New York City in 2003 and began performing live comedy regularly in 2005. His first TV appearances were as a correspondent on Court TV's Smoking Gun TV. In 2007, Hill starred in the television show The King of Miami on the Mojo HD network. The show also aired on Film 24 in the UK and is currently available on Hulu.
What is the Mojo HD network?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. It was a network that was on cable. It was sort of like owned by, there's in demand or on demand, in demand on your TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was owned by them or something. And it was this network that their whole thing was like, everything we do is in HD. No one's done that before. And then shortly after, everything became in HD. And they were like, you know what? Our work is done. And they went off the air. Now, that show, I feel like they did make a point of telling me that, hey, even though we're going off the air, just so you know, we're not renewing your show for another season. Had we stayed on the air, you would be canceled. Just so you know, Dave.
That seems unreasonably cruel.
They let me know that. But yeah, that was my TV show, The King of Miami. I feel like in life I'm perpetually naive in many ways. But when I did that show, I had only been doing comedy like a year and a half. And I was shooting a TV show like after like a year and a half. So I was like, oh, comedy is so easy. They give you a TV show. And I was like, I guess I'll just have TV shows the rest of my life. This is so easy. And as we all know, at one glance at my Wikipedia page or my IMDb page, will let you know that's the only TV show I've ever had.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah. Let's continue. I've done many pilots, let's be clear. but largely a disappointment to me.
That's okay.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yep. Hill appeared regularly as a correspondent on the Fuse Network's Hoppus On Music, hosted by Mark Hoppus of Blink-182 from 2010 to 2012. He also hosts the stage show, The Dave Hill Explosion, at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in New York and Hollywood, and currently appears as on-air talent for HBO and Cinemax. He has also worked extensively for the comedy website Super Deluxe.
In 2004, Hill began posing as a teenager named Lance from Gary, Indiana, aiming to get his fictional band Witch Taint signed to a Norwegian black metal record label. His emails with the record label were later archived on a fan site at www.theblackmetaldialogues.com in 2017. Hill began doing stage readings of his emails with frequent collaborator Phil Costello, performing the show in New York City, Los Angeles, London, Oslo, and Wacken, Germany, among other locations. Citation needed.
Ooh.
If you just read the first
sentence,
sentence, you sound like a terrible person.
What do you mean?
In 2004, Hill began posing as a teenager named Lance.
Oh, yeah. It starts off creepy and it really gets much better.
Yes.
In 2007, Hill appeared at HBO's U.S. Comedy Arts Festival in Aspen, Colorado. Hill has also appeared at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, the Sasquatch Festival, Bumbershoot, Outside Lands, the Crap Comedy Festival in Oslo, the Bridgetown Comedy Festival in Portland, San Francisco Sketchfest, the New York Comedy Festival, Riot LA, and the Glasgow Comedy Festival, among others. He performs in prisons frequently, including Sing Sing Correctional Facility in Ossining, New York, and Centro de Reinserción?
I don't know what it's. I can't remember. It's the men's prison in Saltillo, men's and women's prisons.
I think it's Reinserción.
Coahuila, Mexico. In addition to performing with fellow comedians, Hill regularly performs comedy with musical acts including Quicksand, Rhett Miller, and Snoop Dogg, my hero.
Citation needed.
Oh, they're really being sticklers.
But you performed with Quicksand, Rhett Miller, and Snoop Dogg?
Among others.
All right. Well, I guess you are the citation that we needed.
Yeah. Broken Social Scene. Many musical acts. Down.
I believe you.
Many. Though again, citation needed.
Yeah, true.
I mean, my word is not citation enough.
No,
you heard it here, Wiki listeners.
In 2014, Hill appeared in a YouTube show called Metal Grasshopper with Phil H. Anselmo, where Hill plays himself as a metal fan looking to be coached by Phil on how to be metal.
This is accurate.
He's also in the black and roll band Witch Taint, which combines the genre with heavy metal and punk. There's some weird capitalization going on in that sentence.
I think someone has been through here and did the new capitalization for the word black when referring to race, but they capitalized black and roll in the name of your band. Or maybe the band's name is normally capitalized, but it kind of reminds me of the new way they capitalize black in the New York Times.
Oh, yeah. I'm reading a book, and they do that in the book that I'm reading. I just noticed that myself.
It's a new thing. Because we're in a new era.
I'm learning. Now I'm pulling up my Wikipedia page.
We're doing that. We got that right here. We got you, man.
I don't need to. Yeah, black and roll band. Looks like some rapscallion has gotten into the end of that entry there.
Yeah, because they capitalize witch but not taint, but then they capitalize the H in heavy metal and the P in punk, and then there's no period. It's weird.
Oh,
that's pretty punk.
I would rather have someone rub sand in my eyes. I hate poor punctuation, capitalization, spelling, grammar.
In May 2019, Hill, a Democrat, was permanently banned from Twitter after he repeatedly responded to attacks from Trump supporters with jokes about having consensual sexual intercourse with their mothers and, in some cases, their fathers.
True. Oh boy.
Music. Hill wrote the theme song for Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, Go, performed by his band Valley Lodge. The band performed the song live on the show's season 2 finale on November 22nd, 2015.
I did not know that. That's
Yeah,
great.
that's really cool.
Yeah,
A lot
I
of
love
people
that.
don't. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't know that. This is my sort of secret. I always feel like it's a dingus, but yeah, so many people have heard my band. They have no idea they've heard it.
That's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's heard that.
Yeah.
I hear that regularly. Oh my gosh, that's great. In 2016, Hill formed a psychedelic rock band with Chris Reifert called Painted Doll. The band's self-titled debut album was released on TP Records on February 16th, 2018.
Hill was a member of the 1990s alternative band Sons of Elvis, which he formed with friends while a student at Fordham University. The band signed with Priority Records shortly after graduation and released a debut full-length album, Glodine, in 1995, as well as a limited edition disc titled Mrs. White, featuring live recordings and several tracks from Glodine. The lead single from Glodine, Formaldehyde, received airplay at radio and on MTV, and was also featured on the soundtrack of the feature film Higher Learning by director John Singleton. The band also performed 2 songs live on The Jon Stewart Show in 1995.
Hill also played bass for Cleveland-based rock band Cobra Verde and currently fronts the power pop band Valley Lodge. He has also played guitar with Walter Schreifels' solo band Diamond Snake and a hard rock band also featuring Moby, and bass from Lucy Wainwright Roach and former Faith No More singer Chuck Mosley. Additionally, Hill is the creator and sole member of the semi-fictional Norwegian black metal band Witch Taint. Wow, this article is really all about Witch Taint. It just comes back again and again.
You can't escape the taint.
I mean, why would you want to?
Yeah, why would you want to?
Nobody would want to.
Exactly.
He has also contributed musical scores to several feature films, including Shoot First and Pray You Live, because luck has nothing to do with it, and Dirty Deeds. Additionally, Hill wrote and recorded the theme music for the HBO's Reverb and Janine Garofalo's 2010 stand-up special, If You Will.
Wow, I didn't know that either. What?
I did the theme music for Todd Barry's, one of his specials too. I can't remember which one. One of his recent specials or two.
Awesome. I like Todd Barry.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of my best friends. So is Janine. I'm just name dropping. I'm reverse name dropping.
Janine once heckled me at a comedy club.
She heckled me once too.
Show off.
A lot of people have stories of her heckling them.
She heckled me too.
Did she?
Did she heckle you?
No.
What are you?
One time before I was really knew her, I was in LA at UCB there on Franklin, and I had this stupid bit that I had started in New York because my friend Holly always had chihuahuas with her at shows at like Sweet and stuff. And I would ask if anyone in the audience had a chihuahua, and then she would appear with a chihuahua, and then I would have the music Volare, Volare by the Gypsy Kings version. And I would just lightly bob the chihuahua up and down to the music. And that was the whole thing. And I did that in LA, and Janine yelled out that I wasn't supporting the dog's hips properly. So I felt really bad because I love dogs and I know she does too. And I was like, well, if anyone would know, Janine. So I adjusted my grip on the chihuahua.
That's really not much of a heckle. That's kind of like saving the dog's life.
Yeah, it is. And if I can name drop some more, the chihuahua was Andy Milonakis' chihuahua.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. Lots of celebrities.
I like Andy. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's
You know
a
him?
delight. I love him.
Yes.
That's cool.
Writing. Hill's Tasteful Nudes and Other Misguided Attempts at Personal Growth and Validation, a collection of anecdotal essays, was published by St. Martin's Press on May 22, 2012. The book was optioned for television by Comedy Central. Hill's second essay collection, Dave Hill Doesn't Live Here Anymore, was published by Blue Rider Press, a Penguin Group imprint, on May 10, 2016. On October 8, 2019, Hill's third book, Parking the Moose, One American's Epic Quest to Uncover His Incredible Canadian Roots, was published by Doubleday Canada and Penguin Random House. Hill has also written for The New York Times, GQ, Paris Review, XXL, McSweeney's, The Believer, The Cleveland Plain Dealer, Salon, and The Huffington Post, among others, and is a frequent contributor to the public radio program This American Life.
In June 2000, Hill wrote what is believed to be the first ever mainstream media article on plushophilia for Salon.
What is plushophilia there?
Plushophilia.
Wait, let's let Dave explain.
It's people that have like sexual fetishes involving stuffed animals, like they stuffed animals, or they do like glue to stuffed animal, or it was also about furries, the people who like put on like mascot uniforms and those and things. Well, I mean, I'm generalizing. I'm sure people into this will say I'm getting it all wrong, but I do stand by that it was the first mainstream article on the subject.
Wiki listeners, we guarantee that article is going to make it into the rotation.
They called it Cuddle Time, and was on Salon. And then about 6 months later, this writer named George Gurley did a story, interviewed the same guy that I talked to, and that was in Vanity Fair, and that got obviously more attention, but I was first. So there.
We are kink positive at WikiListen.
As am I. I think my writing and stuff was, as I mentioned earlier, I'm constantly realizing how naive and ignorant, and we just keep improving as we go and learning. So I wrote that I think in like 2000 or 1999 something. So it's probably pretty dumb. Yeah, it's probably pretty stupid, but whatever. That was 22 years ago.
Actually, it says it was published on June 19th, 2000, retrieved August 4th, 2019.
Well, there you go.
Additionally, an interview with Hill is included in the Mike Sachs books Poking a Dead Frog, Conversations with Today's Top Comedy Writers, published by Viking Penguin. Hill also contributed an essay to the book Greenwich Village, a collection of memories, edited by Judith Stonehill and published by Universe, which also featured contributions from Graydon Carter, Malcolm Gladwell, Calvin Trillin, and Brooke Shields.
Podcast and radio. In June 2010, Hill launched his own podcast called Dave Hill's Podcasting Incident on iTunes. To promote the show, he appeared on the podcast The Complete Guide to Everything. The podcast, which was rebranded as the Dave Hill Good Time Hour in 2020, is part of the Maximum Fun Network. Citation needed.
Citation needed.
In March 2019, Hill launched a second podcast, Dave Hill History Fluffer, with TV producer Jim Biederman, comedian Jody Lennon, and producer Chris Gersbeck. The show places Hill throughout different time periods while Biederman and Lennon question his claims.
In August 2019, Hill launched a third podcast on Maximum Fun called So You're Canadian with Dave Hill, in which he interviews various Canadians in an attempt to better understand the country of Canada, where his grandfather is from. Citation needed.
Hill also hosted the Goddamn Dave Hill Show on freeform radio station WFMU. Having taken over the Tuesday The Best Show on WFMU time slot in January 2014, the show went on hiatus from WFMU in 2019, although it has since been revived as an independent live stream and podcast rebranded as the Dave Hill Good Time Hour. Hill is also a frequent contributor to the This American Life public radio program. They did it again. They
Citation
ended
needed.
the art citation needed. That's the last thing in your article, by the way. Citation needed. It is possibly a commentary on Dave Hill himself. You know?
You're preaching to the choir. I mean, everything you said to me has sounded very questionable. No, all those things are true. I guess in reflecting, I always think, oh man, everything you've mentioned. I'm just the turd in the punch bowl, whatever I'm doing.
I think that's more about how you see yourself than how other people might see you.
Yeah, because I read this
so.
article and I was like, everything you're doing is so cool.
I wish I could feel that way. Because as you're reading it, I was like, oh, I've done okay. But, that's definitely not how I walk around. All day long, I'm pretty much, you're garbage. You're garbage. You've done nothing.
That's cool. I hate myself sometimes too.
Me too.
I get it.
Oh, I do if I'm away, even in my dreams, I do.
This has been the Wikipedia page for Dave Hill, comedian.
Thanks for listening to WikiListen. You can find us at wikilisten.com and on all social media at WikiListen, except for Twitter, which is at wiki_listen.
If there's a particular page you want us to read, please let us know.